Okay, so we have glycolysis. Lyse means to break, and gluco means what? Glucose, so we're going to be breaking up glucose. Glucose is going to be a 6-carbon molecule. Okay? And our first step is going to be 2 ATP input. And what do we want to happen when we do this? Or what does happen?
It breaks down, or it splits.
Not quite yet. That's actually going to be the sugar cleavage, though, if we're talking about. When we input 2 ATP, we're going to get out
2 ADP.
Awesome, 2 ADP. And when we do that, what are we doing?
You're putting the phosphates on the end of the...
So we have our 6-carbon molecule glucose, and we're sticking 2 phosphates on the end. And why does that happen? Where do those phosphates come from?
The ATP when you break it down.
So ATP, adenosine triphosphate, one ATP molecule has 3 phosphates, right?
Yeah.
But we have 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So we have 6 total. But how many phosphates does adenosine diphosphate have? It's going to be 2, right?
Yeah.
Because di means 2.
Yeah.
So mono, di, and tri. So that one has 2, but we have 2 molecules.
That's 4.
So we have 4. So we went from 6 to 4. Where'd the 2 go? Swapped them out in the end. Okay?
So 2 ATP, there's like 3 phosphates each, so there's 6. And then
That could be ATP. We'll pretend.
ATP. And then they transferred it to ADP, how?
Just by, they're going to use their energy and they're going to release 2 phosphates. So let's say this is my ATP molecule. The job that's at hand is we need to give 2 phosphates to glucose.
Okay, that makes sense.
But now we're only left with these 4. So we don't have any, we can either make 1 adenosine triphosphate where we have a leftover phosphate. So instead we're just going to be like, okay, you 2 make a diphosphate, you 2 make a diphosphate.
Okay,
That's where the 2 ATP come in.
gotcha.
Okay, and what's our step 2?
Sugar cleavage.
Okay, so what is that going to do?
It's gonna split it up, the carbons, right? So then you have like 2 processes going, right? Or,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
So we're just going to break this right in half. So now we have carbon, 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 phosphate. On this side, the exact same thing.
Good. Then you have the, after that, then you have the NADH production, right?
Awesome. Same thing always happens on both sides, right? And we already know NADH is our product, so we can put it over here. What did we input to get NADH as an output?
NAD.
Yep. You following?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, you can keep going though.
No, you're
I'll
fine. Let's explain it real quick. So
Okay.
basically sugar cleavage, we just cleaved it, broke up our sugar molecule. So we made it in just 2 sections.
Gotcha.
which
Is that what it is, the 6 carbon? That's just glucose, right? Okay.
Yep, this right here is glucose. And then we add our phosphates, and then we're going to break apart that. Because the whole point of this is glycolysis, right? Glycolysis.
Yeah.
So our whole point, we want to break that down as small as we can. So that's our step 2, is our sugar cleavage, where we're just going to half that. So now we have this, and what we want to do is, the step is called NADH production. So if you can memorize what the names are called, it kind of tells you what's going on.
Yeah.
So NADH2 production. Well, we know we're going to produce some NADH2. Anytime we get NADH, we know that we must have inputted NAD from the cell. That came in from the cytosol.
Is NAD just a proton donor? Or
Uh-huh. Yep, they're gonna be our electron transports.
Okay.
They're the ones that kind of hold all the hydrogens and electrons,
Mm-hmm.
bring them all the way to the electron transport train and dump them
Okay.
to be able to fuel that whole reaction.
And so where does NAD come from? It just kind of.
It's kind of just floats in. It's in the
Okay.
cytosol.
Alright.
And also in the mitochondria and the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
I think don't you also have phosphates going in there?
So it's actually NAD plus a phosphate.
What's the phosphate?
Which is why you then can get this and make what? This guy.
What it is that then? Does that have a
What is
name?
it? It does have a name, but you won't need to know it.
Okay.